The Bishops' Conference of Taiwan, Chinese Regional Bishops' Conference, has 7 dioceses: Taipei Archdiocese, Hsinchu Diocese, Taichung Diocese, Jiayi Diocese, Tainan Diocese, Kaohsiung Diocese, and Hualien Diocese. The population of Taiwan is composed of different ethnic groups, each with its own language, culture, and tradition of bearing witness to the Catholic faith. Although the Catholic faith was brought to Taiwan by foreign missionaries, over the course of time, the Church in Taiwan, by being rooted in the local context, rich in diversity, plays an important role in society by spreading the gospel through its hospitals and schools and pastoral work. Shortly after the outbreak of COVID-19 in 2019, CRBC announced on January 30th, 2020 that all Christian faithful should wear face masks to attend the Holy Mass, and in case someone did not feel well, he or she could be dispensed from his or her Sunday duty. The clergy, too, were asked to wear face masks while administering the sacraments. In order not to expose the faithful to the risk of infection because they came to church for Mass, in February 2020, Hsinchu Diocese was the first diocese to announce that all its public Sunday Masses were suspended upon the request of the local authorities and offered instead live streaming of the Holy Mass, online catechesis, Sunday school, Bible studies, etc. Its example was quickly followed by other dioceses, from the Archdiocese of Taipei in the north to the Kaohsiung Diocese in the south, which maintained temporarily their pastoral care for the faithful in the same way, by offering virtual prayer meetings for the youth and families, which were joined by the faithful of other dioceses as well. The most urgent thing to do then, during the pandemic, was to prevent the spread of COVID-19 infections which could kill people. Our Catholic hospitals were always in the front line and carried out COVID-19 rapid antigen tests in their outdoor screening booths. A lot of Catholic healthcare workers could not go home due to the strict preventive regulations set up by the Taiwan Central Epidemic Command Center. And this shows that whenever people need God, the Catholic Church is always there. Because of the pandemic, families in precarious situations needed help. And each diocese has been helping its needy Catholic faithful since then. For example, the Diocese of Taichung prepared some 1,000 piece bags filled with food and daily necessities, and Most Reverend Bishop Martin Su and his Vicar General, Father Peter Chu, delivered those relief goods several times to the indigenous families in remote areas. In addition, what is even more worthy of mention is the pastoral care offered to the migrant workers and seafarers in distress. For example, a priest of Lorenzo Mission Institute, Reverend Father Lorenzo Ruiz, responded to the social and pastoral needs of the migrant workers quarantined and hospitalized due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and with the help of some volunteers, distributed relief goods to them. Another example is that in August 2020, Taiwan's Coast Guard seized a foreign cargo ship in Taichung Harbor which carried smuggled cigarettes. 8 Indonesian crew members found out after disembarkation that they had been working aboard a smuggling vessel. They too could also receive pastoral and judicial help from the chaplaincy of the Catholic Church and were allowed to go back to their country. Taiwan is a country which enjoys religious freedom and diversity, and the coexistence and cooperation of different religions is something marvelous and unique. In July 2021, the Cardinal Paul Shan Foundation, under the patronage of the Diocese of Kaohsiung, organized a virtual interfaith prayer meeting with other communities of different beliefs. Let us share our love, and it is good to have you, offering solace and hope to so many people who experience stress, anxiety, fear, sadness, and loneliness because of the pandemic, and encouraging them to continue to pray for an end to the pandemic. With the same spirit of solidarity, when the coronavirus hit the highest peak, especially in Europe, an Italian communion priest, Father Giuseppe Di Done, who has been serving in Taiwan for almost 60 years, supported the international relief aid of the government. Taiwan can help by collecting face masks for his fellow countrymen. Over the past years, Taiwan has been deeply influenced by the culture of hedonism, consumerism, and indifference. One of the biggest challenges for the Church today is how to live a simple Christian life. Here are the responses of CLBC to the challenges which can be identified in different issues. Social issues. The Taiwan has become an aging society, and that very few young people have any religious practice is the challenge all religions in Taiwan are facing. Alongside these, abortion and euthanasia are challenges especially for the Catholic Church. Given this present reality of being an aged society, a holistic approach is needed. The Commission of Pastoral Healthcare of CLBC has been working on the project of City of Compassion in collaboration with the dioceses, that is, to build a caring and friendly environment for the elderly people and their family, offering care and support to those who are living with advanced stage or illnesses at the final stage of life. Hsinchu Diocese joined other countries and organized its first March for Life in 2019. Following the resolution approved by the Bishop Conference early this year, 5 dioceses organized their March for Life rally on September 17th, all with the same message in Chinese shown to the public on the banners: "Protect life from the moment of conception till its natural end." Cultural issues. The influx of migrants and immigrants in Taiwan and their integration in society by means of work is no doubt an urgent cultural issue for the Church in Taiwan, especially when labor problems arise. In Taiwan, Rerum Novarum Center is the most well-equipped Catholic organization for this purpose. It offers different kinds of services to help the migrant workers and new immigrants and their children as well, to integrate themselves in the local culture. Each diocese has a chaplain for migrants and new immigrants. For example, on October 1st, 2019, a suspension bridge in Yilan suddenly collapsed. injuring some 20 people. A tank truck was on the bridge when it collapsed. Among the victims, there were Vietnamese workers. Father Chan Van Thiet, a Scalabrinian father, deputy director of the Migrant Workers Concern Desk of Taipei Archdiocese, intervened and negotiated with the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Transportation, and Yilan Bureau of Labor to give the affected fishers accommodation with facilities on land, and to compensate the family of the deceased fishers and survivors of the tragic accident. St. Christopher Parish Church in Taipei, where the Father Chan serves as assistant priest, is also a place where students from East Asian countries find help. Religious issues. The youth are the future of the church. Therefore, the youth must feel that they belong to the church. In Taiwan, many parishes have a youth group. The Diocese of Tainan has its Diocesan Youth Center, which offers the youth not only spiritual accompaniment, but also formation and other activities according to their needs. For example, a Mass at the beginning of their school year, Taizé prayer meetings at the weekend, Bible studies on weekdays, and videos on the life of young saints. Religious congregations too have their youth groups. For example, the Jesuit Fathers, Margis Youth, the CM Fathers, St. Vincent of Paul in the north, and the SVD Fathers in the central part of Taiwan. Political issues. The delicate relations between mainland China and Taiwan have always been the focus of media attention. CLBC has been the bridge between the Holy See and the Church in mainland China for a long time. As the situation has changed considerably from the political point of view, the role of CLBC has become more and more undefined. And since the clergy and religious sisters from mainland China are allowed to pursue their formation at Fuyuan Faculty of Theology of St. Robert Ben Armin in Taipei, consequently, the faculty is playing an important role instead. Each local church has its challenges, and hereabouts are briefly presented just a few of those currently confronting the CLBC. Thank you for listening.